All right, boys and girls, we finished up drama at the end of before the snow, before Valentine's. And so this week and next week, we are going to go into poetry. We're going to talk about different things with poetry, like what are some parts of poetry? What do authors use when there are poets use when they're creating poetry? Just different things about poetry. So poetry is pretty familiar with you. You've been using that since you were in elementary. It's nothing new. So here's some things I want to talk about. Poems have lines. A line is a group of words that are arranged in a row. So a line is like a sentence. So they may say in line 5, in line 6. Well, that's just almost like sentence 5, sentence 6. A stanza is a group of lines within a poem. So a stanza is just going to be like a paragraph, and simply a paragraph with big space. Poems or rhyming words. It has a beat, rhythm, and are either certain just certain words. Do that is show thing is important about, and so they're see that you need to. Why is they all like? Why is over? And that's some that do that. We're gonna in. The other thing I want us to talk about with poetry is who is telling the story. This is really, really important. Like the speaker's point of view. Was the voice behind the poem, was it a thing? Was it a third person? Was it first person? Like who is telling the poem? So in this anchor chart, the poem was called Eating Poetry. It says who and what is the speaker. So it was a dog, and how we knew it was a dog is because some of the lines said things like this. When I get on my knees and lick my hand. Well, we know that a child isn't going to get on their knees and lick their hand. So therefore, I know it's some kind of animal. I snarl at her and bark. Oh, okay. So the person telling the poem is a dog. They feel you have to take it that way. He or she just in a library decided to eat paper. I want us to, who is telling the story? I want us to, to take the content of the story and go, okay, who is it about and who is telling it? Is it a first person in a dog's point of view from the perspective of the dog? Is it the old lady? Is it the old man? Is it a kid? Is it an unknown person, like a narrator? Like we don't really know who the person is, so it's third person. So in poems, it can be a thing, it can be a dog, it can be a person, it can be lots of different people, whereas in books, we usually just have characters. But in poetry, it can be anything. It might be an animal, okay? It could be a building or whatever. So those are some of the things about poetry I wanted you to think about this morning. And we are going to, our next video, we've already heard some poetry. Bye.